Congratulations. You have worked hard to achieve this, and graduation represents a major milestone in your lives. At Convocation, we assemble as a university community, the University of Western Ontario community, to celebrate and recognize your achievements at Western and to wish you every success in the future. However, your learning days are far from over. Learning is a lifelong process, and Western has not provided you with the answers to all questions. At most, we hope that what stays with you is a way of thinking objectively and approaching problems with an open mind and a healthy respect for new ideas, all tempered with compassion and empathy for the human condition. You are forever a cherished member of this great university, founded more than a century ago. We welcome you into the Western family, and congratulations to each and to every one of you. Now today, we also confer an honorary degree upon Mary Ann White, in acknowledgement of her contributions to university research, teaching, leadership, and promotion of science to young people. And I am delighted to welcome her to this convocation. And to present our distinguished candidate, I will now call upon Professor T.K. Sham, Faculty of Science.
Mary Ann White. I would like to begin on a personal note. When Mary Ann was studying chemistry at Western in the 70s, I was a graduate student in the department. At that time, she was already recognized by many as a bright rising star. The last century has witnessed a revolution in science and technology. This has had more impact on our way of life than ever before. Today, we are enjoying the convenience of modern gadgetry that have resulted from these developments. Now, a key element of this revolution, be it electronic or biomedical, is the development of ways to make new materials that can be used in new technology. This area of research is known as the materials research, and Professor Mary Ann White is an international leader in this field. Her unquenchable thirst for understanding how things work in the physical world has motivated her to become one of Canada's leading advocates for public awareness of science. Mary Ann White was born Mary Ann Mueller here in London and obtained her B.Sc in chemistry from Western in 1975 and her Ph.D. from McMaster University in 1980. The Mueller family has a long association with Western. Several family members are Western graduates, including Mary Ann's grandfather, Dr. Minor Mueller, and her son, David White. Mary Ann began her career as an assistant professor at the University of Waterloo in 1981 after 2 years of postdoctoral fellowship at Oxford University. She moved to Dalhousie University in 1983 and became a full professor in both chemistry and physics in 1992. She held the prestigious Cullman Research Professorship from 1996 to 2004. She has served the Dalhousie Maritime Provinces and Canada selflessly in many capacities. Most notably, she has served as director of the Institute for Research and Materials at Dalhousie, an organization which she helped found, a member of Premier's Council of Innovation, and president of Nova Scotia Institute of Science. If you go to Mary Ann's homepage, you will see that her research program has great depth and breadth, with emphasis on the thermal properties of materials, properties such as color, transparency, ability to conduct heat, etc., that change as temperature changes. Her research ranges from fundamental properties of nanomaterials, materials that are smaller than 1/100th of a hair, to materials designed with heat storage properties that have been used in a solar home in Halifax. Mary Ann is not only well-known as a talented scientist, she's also equally well-known as a tireless promoter of science, appearing on national media such as Discovery Channel, She has helped establish interactive science centers, newspaper columns, and science booklets. She has also contributed through public lectures, innovative courses, and many public venues, talking science to the Canadian public, young people, and policy makers alike. Mary Ann's research contributions have been recognized nationally and internationally. Her recent awards include an honorary D.Sc from McMaster University in 2008, the McNeil Medal for Public Awareness of Science from Royal Society of Canada in 2007. She has published 125 peer-reviewed journal articles and over 100 conference proceedings, and has given 121 invited talks. I began on a personal note, and I want to end on a personal note. I have been fortunate to have interacted with Mary Ann from time to time over the years and benefited from her wisdom. The prediction of her peers in the early days that she was a bright rising star was right on the mark. Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor and in the name of the Senate, I ask you to confer the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, to a person of exceptional talent, vision, and dedication to science education, Mary Ann White.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa. Congratulations, Dr. White.
Thanks so very much.
Yeah, terrific. Your degree, citation.
Thank you so very much.
On behalf of all assembled here today, I should now like to invite our newest alumna, Dr. Mary Ann White, to address convocation.
Chancellor Thompson, President Chakma, stage party guests, friends and family, and most especially the graduates. Wow. I have to tell you, I can't tell if I'm wearing my hat or not because I'm so goosebumped to see all of you there with your smiling faces, and what an exciting day we have ahead of us. This day is really a moment out of time when the world hits the pause button to celebrate your achievements and to celebrate Western. As you've heard, my connections with Western are both long-standing and deep. As a young child, I lived on the edge of campus on Richmond Street North, and one of my earliest memories is one of our neighborhood boys whose father worked at Western telling me that the university was open to everybody and we could go and have a look. So we went and explored somebody's lab. I'm not sure our parents were too happy, but it was my first venture into a lab and definitely not my last. That was about age 8. But even at age 8, I was really familiar with Western education. As you heard, my grandfather, Myron Miller Sr., received an MD from Western in 1923. And when he was a student at Western, he was taught by a relative, his father-in-law's cousin, Dr. Edwin Seaborn, who was an 1895 MD graduate from Western. And Dr. Seaborn would have joined Western in its second decade. That's how far back things go. Furthermore, Dr. Seaborn was himself a 1938 recipient of an honorary degree from Western. As a young child, I had heard my grandparents talk reverently of Dr. Seaborn, and it's humbling to think that we share such an honor. And there are other Western graduates in my family, including my sister, Linda Craig, sitting here in the front row, who holds a BA, and is currently in the executive MBA program. And her husband, my brother-in-law, Randall Craig, who's also here, recipient of an honors BA. And my goddaughter, Natalie Fioratis, watching on the web, who is currently an MSc student in pathology and doing an experience in Kitchener. And I can relate to the pride of the parents who are here today, too. In 2004, my son, David White, received an honors B.Sc in applied mathematics with distinction from Western. Over the years, I've had many interactions with Western, with the Department of Chemistry especially, and as Professor T.K. Sham, my presenter here today, said also with him in terms of research. And that's a lot of connections with Western, but there's more. This year marks 40 years since my start at Western as a B.Sc student. In September 1971, I was an awkward 17-year-old. I know you've all just done the math. But by the end of my first week at Western, I knew I had found my place in life. I went to university in 1971, and I never left. I had met my people. And being back at Western always brings back that excitement. So being here today is intensely personal, and I want to share with you some thoughts on going from that gawky 17-year-old to being a Western grad to my journey here today. I had come to university with the intention of either teaching or becoming a dentist like my father, or perhaps some combination of the two. But one of the most pivotal points in my life came in the winter term of my first year of university. The supervisor of the undergraduate physics lab, Mrs. Pat Chafurka, was awarded a national research grant, and she had decided to hire a female first-year student as a research assistant. This was 1972, and way ahead of its time. She watched us in the lab and offered me a position without so much as an interview. And that summer opened my eyes to research and changed my career ambition to being a professor, so I could combine teaching and research, a choice I have enjoyed every day for the last 30 years. There are many take-home messages here. One is that you are always being interviewed for a job, whether you know it or not. Another is to give people a break to get started. And I hope some of you out there, who I could barely see with these lights on, will give breaks to some of you who are sitting towards the front to help you get started on your careers. And I hope you graduands will give somebody else a break and pay it forward at some point during your careers. At this point, I've had more than 50 undergraduate summer research assistants in my own lab. Believe it or not, I walked across this same stage 36 years ago, in 1975. This was decades before most of you graduates were born or even thought of, but some of the older members of this audience might remember that 1975 was designated by the UN as International Women's Year, with a very powerful slogan, "Why not?" At that time, chemistry was not a traditional subject for women to study. There were precious few women PhDs in chemistry, and even fewer women professors of chemistry. But this simple slogan, "Why not?" in 1975, really opened doors for me. And when I graduated from Western, I was exceptionally honored to win a top national PhD scholarship, one of 50 across the country in all of science and engineering. The only condition was that you could not stay on at the same university for graduate studies. And even though there were outstanding professors at Western in my field, and it was very hard to leave, moving on to another university for graduate school allowed me to meet new people and think in new ways, while building on my exceptionally strong platform of my Western undergraduate education. I took a chance on moving on, and it worked out well. And it was good for Western, too, because some of the undergraduates who I met at that university then came to Western for their graduate studies, again cross-pollinating the field. So my advice to you is to move outside your comfort zone. It will propel you further towards further growth, both personally and professionally. When I graduated from Western, I felt all grown up, as I'm sure many of you people here today with your hoods in your hand do as well. But frankly, I noticed that not everyone else was. But you are about to be university graduates. These are words of maturity, not to be taken lightly. Your diploma is going to say that it is presented with all its rights, privileges, and obligations. You are privileged members of society to have even been here at Western, and graduation does confer the right to be proud, especially today. But I would like to concentrate on the word obligations. As an educated person, you have an obligation to share your knowledge with the world. I'm assuming that you're also going to benefit financially from holding a Western degree, and I want to encourage you to feel an obligation to share that wealth. Recently, I read a startling fact. Those people who donate more money to charity are wealthier. Oh no, it's not what you think. It's not because they have more money. By following donors over years, researchers have found that people who donate more become wealthier because they are leaders in our society. And donation to charity is just one form of their leadership. As a mature, contributing member of society and a Western grad, you should show your leadership whenever possible. You might ask, what difference can one person make? But all change comes down to one person, and you can be the one. A sign over the desk of one of my first graduate students had some good life advice. There are two ways to be happy in life: get what you like or like what you get. My advice is to get to know what you enjoy doing and to try to arrange your life to do that. I use my analytical skills to choose my research area: thermodynamics, the study of heat and energy. From my program here, I knew the topic was deep and yet still had mysteries, and I thought it would make an exciting life's work. I still agree with this analysis, by the way. Also, I find that sharing my research expertise with people in other disciplines broadens me further. Most recently, we've been working with a company to build a prototype to store solar energy, so thermodynamics is also useful. I've also realized that personally, I enjoy initiation of projects and seeing them to completion, from writing books to new research programs to helping start a hands-on science center. But what makes you tick might be very different. Use the analytical skills you've learned at Western to analyze what you like, and I can guarantee that if you could make that a platform for your life activities, you will find great, deep enjoyment. And you can use these same analytical skills to be a better member of society. For example, do you need to drive an SUV to go 3 kilometers to work every day? Or would a car with fewer emissions do the job? Or could you walk or take the bus? Think and analyze as you plan your life. In addition to analytical skills, as a scientist, I was trained to pay attention to small details. In science, it's often observations such as, "That's odd," that have led to great discoveries. It's a sad commentary on today's society that so many people are oblivious to their surroundings, walking around with earphones on and their heads down, checking their handheld electronic devices. Maybe you've given it up for the afternoon. Maybe you've heard the term nature deficit disorder. Fight that by keeping your eyes and ears open to the world around you. See the birds and smell the flowers. Listen to the music of the spheres. And when you look around, make friends of people of all ages. It's so easy to stick with your own peer group and your own age group. I've learned so much from my students, from my children and their friends, and from many other people younger than me. I've also received terrific support over the years from people a generation or two older than me. We need good relations with people of all ages and all backgrounds to solve the problems of this world. Now, graduates, I imagine one of the first words out of your mouths this afternoon when you're all done is thanks. And I would also like to use this opportunity, very public opportunity, to say thanks. Thanks to my late parents, who valued education, and who helped me buy a car on the day I graduated from Western. Thanks to the inspiring professors I had at Western, some of whom are here today. Thanks to my husband, Rob, the most important person in my life. He's been my partner through thick and thin, poor and rich, sickness and health, and my best supporter for 34 years. The best I could wish for all of the graduates is that they find someone to share their lives with as well. And thanks also to my children, David, listening in Los Angeles, Alice, listening in British Columbia, other family members, friends, students, and colleagues who have supported me in an amazingly fun career that's not over yet. A final word to you graduates. Each of you is so special, and you will have an individual path launched by your graduation today. I hope that you will always feel energized, as I do, when you look back on your time at Western. But now, the world needs you, needs your talents, expertise, and doggedness, honed by those late nights studying. Go forth, work hard, have fun, write your own life stories. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Marianne, for addressing convocation and for sharing these words of wisdom and inspiration with us. We are pleased and proud to be your family's preferred choice of higher institution of learning, of course. The French poet, novelist, and Nobel laureate Anatole France wrote, quote, "The whole art of teaching is only the art of awakening the natural curiosity of young minds for the purpose of satisfying it afterwards," end of quote. On top of your many contributions as a scientist that have advanced our understanding of the thermal properties of our material world, we're also grateful, Marianne, for your determined efforts to awaken the natural curiosity in the young minds of future great scientists who will continue to build upon the knowledge you have imparted during your remarkable career. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me once more in congratulating our newest honorary Doctor of Science, Dr. Marianne White.
At this time, I take pleasure in asking the interim principal to present the recipient of the Huron University College Faculty of Arts and Social Science Award for excellence in teaching.
Nina Reed Maroney. Mr. Chancellor, I present Nina Reed Maroney, Associate Professor, Department of History, Huron University College, as recipient of the 2011 Huron University College Faculty of Arts and Social Science Excellence in Teaching Award. A graduate of the University of Western Ontario, the University of Sussex in the UK, and the University of Toronto, Dr. Reed Maroney joined the faculty of Huron in 2007 and has since had an impact on her colleagues and students that would be remarkable in one who had served twice as long. As a co-investigator of an SSHRC Community University Research Alliance project entitled Promised Land, the Freedom Experience of Blacks in Chatham and the Dawn Settlement, she has seamlessly integrated her teaching and research, allowing her students to contribute to and benefit from this project as they become learning colleagues with her. Her passionate commitment to community-based learning encourages her students to apply theory in practical settings, instilling in them an exceptional level of civic engagement. Dr. Reed Maroney reports that in her teaching, she seeks an antidote to cold curiosity in the study of history, as she helps her students learn both the importance of hard evidence and the value of a critical imagination to tell us why it all matters. For these reasons and others, it gives me particular pleasure to present to you, Mr. Chancellor, Dr. Nina Reed Maroney as the recipient of the Huron University College Faculty of Arts and Social Science Excellence in Teaching Award for 2011.
At this time, I take pleasure in asking the principal to present the recipient of the Brescia University College Award for excellence in teaching.
Mr. Chancellor, I present Dr. Leslie Janes. After completing her graduate work in psychology at Western, Dr. Leslie Janes joined Brescia in 2003 and was promoted to the rank of associate professor in 2008. Dr. Janes has been instrumental in the development of Brescia's psychology program and continues to contribute to her field through significant research and scholarship in the area of social psychology, presenting her work nationally and internationally on a regular basis. As an administrator, Dr. Janes has served as the chair of the psychology department at Brescia and has led the development of a number of new courses and modules in this discipline. Dr. Janes is widely known for her skill in creating an open, supportive classroom where her students are excited by learning. Using a range of teaching methods, her famous sense of humor, and carefully orchestrated classes, Dr. Janes demonstrates her skill in engaging students immediately and maintaining that engagement even in the face of challenging material, not always an easy feat. Year after year, her teaching evaluations are amongst Brescia's strongest, with students consistently commenting on her approachability, her balance of high standards and compassion, and her ability to make each member of the class feel welcome and valued. Dr. Janes is an especially active member of the Brescia community, and if an event or committee has anything to do with students, she's guaranteed to be there, whether it's regular hooding at convocation, sitting on award or admissions committees, holding advising sessions, or serving on college council. The most common terms used to describe Dr. Janes are mentor and role model by our students. It gives me significant pleasure, Mr. Chancellor, to present to you Dr. Leslie Janes, the 2011 recipient of the Brescia University College Award for Excellence in Teaching.
I now take pleasure in asking the Dean, Faculty of Arts and Social Science, to present to convocation our newly appointed Professor Emerita.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting Dr. Patricia Fulton. Following a BA at the University of British Columbia, Patricia Fulton came east to Western for her MA and PhD in economics. She joined the faculty of Huron College in 1977, teaching and researching in the fields of microeconomic theory, monetary theory, and urban and regional economics. In the last dozen years, Trish has chosen to serve the institution primarily as an administrator, completing 10 years as Dean of Arts and Social Science. She has also twice filled the role of acting or interim principal. Over a career of 34 years, Dr. Fulton has served her university with leadership, commitment, imagination, efficiency, judgment, and grace. Mr. Chancellor, it gives me great pleasure to present Dr. Trish Fulton, Department of Economics, Huron University College, for the status of Professor Emerita.
Mr. Chancellor, I'm very much honored to present to you the candidates who have successfully completed their academic programs at Western. I ask you to admit them to the degrees and diplomas for which they have been recommended by the Senate of our university. Before I do that, I should ask the candidates to please rise.
Under the authority vested in me by the Senate, you will be admitted to the degrees and diplomas as shall be announced by the public orators.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Please be seated. Mr. Chancellor, graduating students, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, convocation is the single most important time of celebration in the life of the University of Western Ontario. Today, we honor those graduating students who, through determination, hard work, and intelligence, have met the demanding standards of a Western degree. Western's affiliated colleges, Brescia University College, Huron University College, and King's University College, bring a special dimension to the undergraduate experience at Western. They provide a liberal arts college community environment within the larger context of a major research university. Their faculty and students have access to all the resources that a university the scale of Western can provide, while enabling them to sustain the academic and social community fostered by their own distinctive identities. Today is also a proud day for all of us associated with Western, including our Board of Governors and Senate, our faculty, our staff, and our many friends in the community. It is wonderful to see so many members of our community of learning who have taken the time to join us and celebrate this important day in the lives of our graduates and the life of the university. Today, those of you crossing the stage join a special group known as Alumni Western that numbers more than 268,000 people living in 150 different countries around the world. Mr. Gary West is here representing the Alumni Association, and I'd ask him to stand and be recognized. Western's Board of Governors is charged with the responsibility for the overall governance of this institution. Today, we have with us Mr. Chirag Shah, representing the Board of Governors. I would ask him to stand and be recognized. Though affiliated with the University of Western Ontario, each of the two colleges here today have autonomous governing boards. We have with us today representatives of those boards. As I call their names, I would ask that they stand and be recognized. So Professor John Mitchell is here representing the board of Brescia University College. Mr. Tim Duncanson is the chair of the executive board of Huron University College. I would like to extend a special welcome to Dr. Howard Rundle, president of Fanshawe College, who is joining us today to celebrate the awarding of degrees to graduates of the joint Western Fanshawe Collaborative Nursing Program. I would ask him to stand and be recognized. I would also like to acknowledge and thank the parents, spouses, children, relatives, and friends of our graduates who are here today. This celebration would not have been possible without your loving support. I ask that our graduating students please rise once again, turn around, face your family and friends, and give them a round of applause for supporting your journey. Now let me congratulate once again the remarkable women and men who graduate today with Western degrees. Today, you become partners in the outstanding academic achievements of the University of Western Ontario. My warmest wishes to each and every one of you. Before we proceed with the awarding of degrees, I have two special requests for those of you who are in the audience. First, please withhold your applause for the graduates crossing the platform until each group of graduates has received degrees. This will ensure that every graduate receives your full courtesy throughout the ceremony. And the public orators will be leading those applauses from that side of the podium. Second, we know that photographs are an important memory of this special occasion for graduates and their family and friends. To ensure that you in the audience have the best opportunity to get good pictures of your special graduates, I ask you to please do the following. On your special graduate is approximately 30 names in the program from crossing the stage, so imposing a requirement that you have to follow the program. So 30 names behind the list. Please proceed to my right, to that side of the auditorium, and the ushers will guide you forward in order that you may capture your special moment on film or digital devices right here. And after you've done that, please return to your seat so that the next friend of the family member can capture his or her photograph. I now call on the public orators to introduce the candidates for degrees.
Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates from School of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Degree Doctor of Philosophy, Abram Ochorn. Nancy Marie Purdy. Mr. Chancellor, the following is a candidate for the degree Master of Arts, Samantha Ann Pearson. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Master of Science in Foods and Nutrition. Angela Bomeister, Lauren Fleming, Holly Jane Friel. Degree Master of Science in Foods and Nutrition, Jennifer Gergewitz, Karna Glenn, Danielle Hutchison. Laura Vandervet, Aaliyah Vergie. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates from the Faculty of Health Sciences for the degree Bachelor of Science in Nursing Compressed Timeframe Program. Elizabeth Beatty, Dawn Beck, Brandy Lees Belaski. Kimberly Bryans, Sarah Calder, Ashley Camden. Christopher Searchy, Stephen Smar, Leslie Conlon. Nancy Creighton, Joanna Coos, Rihanna Foran.
Bridget Elaine Gomes, Ashley Gradkowski, Ellen Graham. Megan Hillman, Elisa Horvath, Christine Howcroft. Camilo Jaramillo, Diana Cancan, Rima Karonsky. Janet Lamont, Jennifer Lovering, Leanne Mujinski. Aida Esther Obisco Rovera, Sarah O'Neill, Herman Ortvitz. Sarah Jean Penwell, Emily Catherine Phillips, Kimberly Porter. Chantal Richardson, Jessica Lee Riffle, Teresa Rizcala. Alexis Rose, Matthew Sandre, Jillian Sheehan. Aditya Sood, Laura St. Pierre, Crystal Sullivan. Christina Taylor, Catherine Veet, Dong Yang. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Collaborative Nursing Program. Zara Ahmed, Ashley Lynn Allen, Catherine Alossery. Christine Elves, Amanda Andrews, Joanne Archer. William Adio Knox, Amy Ruth Baker, Brittany Athelia Marie Balch. Kaylee Barney, Amanda Louise Bayshard, Laura Ann Burbridge. Andrea Joanne Burke-Mortel, Brooke Bianche, Grant Bond. Alicia Patricia Robin Botnick, Jessica Lynn Boyd, Corrine Bryant. Emily Broschak, Janelle Katharina Brower, Bethany Brown. Danielle Marie Bulanda, Jordan Bird, Jody Catherine Campbell. Melissa Lynn Campbell, Siobhan Carrick, Tabitha Chamberlain. Melinda Charbonneau, Tiffany Chung, Melissa Clark. Julianne Clifford, Megan Clifford, Jennifer Collins. Lauren Elizabeth Joanne Coots, Stephen Covey, Chantel Sarah Curtis. Emily Serlo, Reem DeBach, Alyssa Kathleen DeJager. Jocelyn Davies, Sarah Marie DeKay, Heather Elizabeth DeMater. Jenna Elizabeth Densmore, Carly Dayrig, Jessica Desjardins. Kevin Francis Wilson Downey, Tabitha Duck, Kate Francis Early.
Crystal Edwards, Emily of Taxius, Jennifer Forth. Rachel Friesen, Summer Froats, Elena Gadutzis. Nicole Gallant, Jacqueline Grace Gardner, Cassandra Geddy. Gabriella Laura Gianetti, Jasmine Cower-Gill, Susanna Gordon. Julie Elizabeth Graham, Amanda Marie Grenier, Stephanie Hamlin. Aiden Mohammed Hamza, Christine Harbinson, Ashley Michelle Harrison. Sarah Michelle Hayhow, Jennifer Sarah Francis Hayes, Danielle Nicole Henderson. Julia Emily Hermanson, Christina Heemstra, Shannon Renee Hill. Amanda Carleen Hoffman, Brianne Hordyke, Catherine Marie Howitt. Emily Howling, Carly Hubbard, Brianne Caitlin Hully. Katrina Jocelyn Hugen, Melissa Christine Igris, Laura Patricia Jean Inman. And I say this? Okay. Megan Ironside, gold medalists. Sana Isrig, Tiffany Ann Jelinski. Cassandra Jewell, Shannon Kathleen Johnson, Kelsey Brooke Calvirda. Shandell Kelly, Vanessa Kennedy, Janet Bailey Kerr. Danielle Jean Kilby, Kelsey Lee Kipp, Angela Patricia Marie Coote. Jeremiah Lawrence Crows, Marika Krasa, Danielle Korchuk. Natalie Ann Lapointe, Polly Pui Yin Lau, Samantha Lines. Okay. Okay. Emma Claire Livingston, Alicia Emily Justine Lopez, Maria Concepcion Lozada. Katrina Lockhart, Melanie Dawn Luke, Nicola Christine Lumby. Danielle Lunn, Victoria Lee McDonald, Laura Catherine McNeil. Okay. Samantha Taylor Marsh, Leah McKay, Madeline Ann McKinnon. Okay. Okay. Brittany Christine McMahon, Alyssa Medeiros, Sarah Elizabeth Metcalf. Okay. James Mickelchuk, Ashley Marie Mossy, Irina Motzkin. Heather Danielle Murray, Ellen Naw, Tanya Nielsen. Joel Nimmo, Eugenia Osei, Michelle Panos. Matthew Parazenovich, Sarah Elizabeth Parfeniak, Carly Ray Patterson. I know her, yeah. Caitlin Elizabeth Phillips, Rebecca Priestap, Amanda Marie Kwan. Amelia Elizabeth Rager, Zuhara Ramley, Brianne Erica Resor. Okay. Johnny Renzella, Antoinetta Restivo, Kyra Brittany Richards Brown. Ashley Richardson, Jessica Carey Rivet, Carly Elise Rockwood. Catherine Bridget Rogers, Lenya Rosito, Alexandra Robin Roussel. Lindsay Rowland, Jessie Erin Rumble, Caprice Marcia Ann Samuda. Vanessa Karina Skittenhelm, Leanne Scott, Morgan Elizabeth Scott. Larissa Andaya Serrano, Amanda Lynn Shamblaw, Sabrina Shearing. Andrea Nicole Shepard, Michelle Silva, Lori Jessica Sinclair. Okay. Laura Lynn Smeltzer, Carolyn Amanda Smith, Anne Sokoluk. Michelle Sringay, Nalani Sritharan, Allison Stacy. Sarah Elizabeth Sylvester, Angela Leanne Schlack, Stephanie Elizabeth Talbot. Sarah Teefy, Chantal Thibert, Caitlin Victoria Tompkins. Ying Ying Soy, Inemeset Yumo, Amy Van Berkham. Lindsay Vanderkooy, Kirsten Veldboom, Emily Verwegen. Lisa Vo, Ashlyn Nicole Vine, Janelle Wagoner. James Ward, Heidi Elizabeth Weishar, Jasmine Westlake Power. Okay. Megan Rebecca Wheeler, Kathleen Marie White, Melanie Diane Whitehead. Vivian Wong, Ashley Anne-Marie Worrell, Jennifer Denise Wyant. Winveen. It's Winveen. Lori Frances Wanya, Emily Margot Winveen, Brittany Lee Michelle Yacht. Alyssa Lynn Joanne Zerbis, Paulina Zizina.
Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates from Brescia University College for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Arts Honors Program. Catherine Lee Brown, Alicia Christina Canton, Alyssa Danielle Marie Capling. Kelly Ann Coxon, Rochelle Dafoe, Perry Douglas. Morgan Jennifer Madeline Halpin, Nada Nehad Hasham, Shani Holland. Aziza Kayan, Samantha Kolpin, Teodora Koluncic. Kathleen Sarah Larian, gold medalist. Elizabeth Catherine Lisa Ye Louis. Nadia Brittany Maialino, Emily Catherine Minal, Stephanie Uahan. Michelle Pauls, Jennifer Lynn Vandemont. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Arts, Human Ecology Honors Program. Noah Abdo, Bailey Eileen Downton, Niana Good. Rachel Elizabeth Ann Lee, Lindsay Panizza, Rebecca Hall. Maria Jose Pinilla Diaz de Castillo. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Science, Foods and Nutrition Honors Program. Dalal Alnibari, Claire Frances Brennan, Athiana Viola Marie Buckley. Nicole Burke, Caitlin Constance Cobean, Teresa Couto. Kelly Marie Coyne, Lindsay Curry, Rochelle Ryan Etier. Kelly Louise Ferguson, Stephanie Lynn Haas, Kristen Hipwell. Karen Hapach Ho, Natalie Lynn Leibowitz, Blair Sandra Jean Makey. Sabah Mazar, Jennifer McLaren, Becky Na Yu Pine. Stephanie Piper, Sarah Pressey, Danielle Hendrieka Schinkel. Stacy Shepard, Laura Splavsky, Samantha Sugar. Wing Chi Wong, Meng Yang, Isra Youssef. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Science, Human Ecology Honors Program. Hendrine Ali Morad, Leah Tangen. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Management and Organizational Studies Honors Program. Mariam Al-Azam, Noura Mohammed Al-Nagar, Melanie McDonald. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Arts 4-year program. Cassie Baird, Jennifer Bornstein, Lacey Johnson. Candace Keeling, Natalie Kelsick, Lindsay Madinger. Rebecca Elaine Martineau, Cassandra Milo, Vanessa Miedema. Trang Nguyen, Hilary Beth Nightingale, Nirakon Ram Karinar. Tasneem Redmond, Laurel Sass, Vien Shakaram. Dana Michelle Starling, Crystal Teal, Ariana Tomanak. Shin Su. Mr. Chancellor, following are candidates for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Arts, Human Ecology, 4-year program. Nicole DeWell, Jillian Sawa, Shelby Vandenhoeven. Yulia Yusufova. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Science, Foods and Nutrition, 4-year program. Amanda Christina Condos Bildy, Alyssa Joan Chow, Catherine Gilbrook. Sarah Jennings, Pu Yen Wang, Yunyan Xiao. Mr. Chancellor, the following is a candidate for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Science, Human Ecology, 4-year program. Sylvia Chaudhary. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Management and Organizational Studies: Natalie Elizabeth Heipel, Anna Maznik. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Arts: Danielle Bergen, Chantel Lay. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Arts, Human Ecology: Crystal Bailey, Diana Fayyad, Mercy Nalea. Kelly Valentine.
Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates from Huron University College for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Arts honors programs: Alexander Clark Armstrong, Laura Bone Stubing, Charles Binns, Emily Bonner, Jessica Faith Brinder, Sarah Elizabeth Casellas. David Adam Cassin, Yiming Chen, Megan Christina Cowan. Yeah, that's my. Jacob Deutsch, Christopher Dewey, Simine Dolphin. Caitlin Christine Ferris, Elise Shoshana Gilbourd, Sarah Harvison. Christian Hegala, Heather Hayboer, Graham Hines, gold medalist. Hillary Rebecca Jenkins, Kota Kimura, Elliot Klug. Brittany Lee Kukurudza, Sajni Lacey, Benjamin Harry Leon. Rachel Rebecca Levitsky, Samuel Lewenden, Dana Lepetz. Anna Martin, Samantha Meehan, Daniel Moulton. Stephanie Helena Murphy, Amy Danielle Neufeld, Elizabeth Sarah Patrick. Shira Potashner, Tina Marion Powell, Ramona Anka Radu. Jacqueline Helen Richards, Matthew Allen Ross, Spencer Albert Sandor. Chelsea Aaron Smith, gold medalist. Andrew Sauvé, Tianchi Song. Selma Toba, Catherine Vary, Z Wang. Iris Ruth Warzeka, Jennifer White, Hanming Zhang. Di Zhu. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Management and Organizational Studies, honors programs. Marley Felberbaum, Sasha Firestone, Farah Iqbal. Sean Kalir, Brian Kilali, Ashley Markowitz. Jamie Michael Penser, Maggie Seng, Spencer Snell. George Turbovich. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Arts four-year program. Dina Sarah Burzin, Anita Boutris, Bonnie Clydesdale. Danielle Camiso, Casey Simon Dennis Enkelwitz, Debbie Ibergen. Sarah Ann Franklin, Emily Greenhow, Carla Haggart. Alana Lee Halberstadt, Elton Thomas Hobson, Devin James Hodgkinson. Allison Hogendorn, Hong Yang Jung, Bryn Jones. Melissa Lannis, Robert McGregor, Tamara Noor. Harrison Notkin, Christine Knott, Jenna Rubenchick. Alicia Rutten, Deanna Schoen, Jordan Siegel. Christopher Richard Skelton, Jennifer Rose Smuck, Salam Tessegay. Kala Cecilia Mary Warren, Kirsten Zuppet. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Management and Organizational Studies. Emily Ann Baxter Booth, Cardis Chung Etel, Dean Marco Cozy. Andrew Thomas Hakala, Vusa Mabaleka, Jonathan Pappas. Melanie Wood. Mr. Chancellor, the following is a candidate for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Theology four-year program. Jacob Shaw. Mr. Chancellor, the following are candidates for the degree Bachelor or Baccalaureate of Arts. Jeffrey John Cork, Yonit Ann Grossman, Kara Catherine Honey. Dax Johnson, Shelby Lana Morrison, Courtney Richardson. Jeffrey Rotenberg, William Mark Strongman.
In the name of the Senate, I grant to the registrar the authority to confer degrees and diplomas to those candidates whose names appear in the official program, but who are not present today. At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Gary West, representing our Alumni Association, to say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, distinguished faculty and guests, and most importantly, fellow graduates of Western from the School of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, the Faculty of Health Sciences Nursing, Brescia University College, and Huron University College. Congratulations and welcome to Alumni Western. As the Chancellor and Pro-Chancellors conferred your degrees upon you, and as you walked across this stage, you moved from being students at Western, as well as from your respective colleges, faculties, schools, and programs, to becoming members of the Alumni Association of our great institution. As Dr. Chakma has already mentioned, we exceed more than 250,000 alumni in almost every country of the world. As alumni, we are united by the memories of our times here, and particularly the knowledge and friendships we gained. Western's Alumni Association is dedicated to fostering and preserving these important bonds through the many programs, services, and networking opportunities that are offered. I am sure that you have already found through your own experiences that Western provides the best student experience among Canada's leading research-intensive universities. I'm also certain, as you progress through the many facets of your life, that you will, as key stakeholders at Western, experience the best alumni experience as well. Today, I invite you to join us in living the vision of our association, to share a lifelong commitment, pride, and passion for Western. On behalf of the directors of the Western Alumni Association, it is a real honor to most warmly welcome you as our newest members. More immediately, I invite you to bring your guests to a reception in your honor in the atrium at the University Community College after the ceremony. Sincere congratulations once again on your achievements today and best wishes for the future. Over the coming years, I know you will, as I do, look back with fond memories of the time you spent here in London at Western. Remember, wherever life takes you, Western will always be home. Thank you.
Before closing convocation, I wish to express my appreciation to all who have contributed to the success of the day. In particular, and on your behalf as well, I want to thank the University of Western Ontario Convocation Brass for their magnificent performance and their director, Professor James Mackay. May I request that the audience remain at their seats while the academic procession leaves the hall. Convocation is now adjourned.